Dankie. Ja, hoor hierso. Laat ons Okay. Right here, welcome to all of those joining us for this revision lesson on EGD solid geometry. This is question 2 in the prelim exams for the Eastern Cape that we're actually drawing. I'll have it as a download in the description soon, but it's also preparing my own grade 12 learners as well as you for your final exams. If you do need more support, please head on over to the EGD Masterclass playlist on the HowToEGD channel, where I actually do a couple of drawings as well as resources available in preparing you for final exams. All right, let's get started on this drawing. It is exactly what I think you can expect also for your final exams. Question, around about 38 marks, and they're going to specify what is given as well as the instructions. Now they've given to us the complete front view and top view of a hexagonal prism, all right, with a half circular hole. And so there you can see it. Some of these hidden details are going to be actually just your hidden detail of our prism. So just make sure that in your planning you line up to see kind of which hidden detail responds to which corners on this top view. All right, there we can see that hidden detail is going to be this corner here. Same with this hidden detail is that corner there at the back, and I can simply verify that by using my triangle. All right, and then there's a triangular pyramid. It's standing on its sharpest end there. One of the pyramid sides rests against the prism, so it's our side here is resting against that prism. There you can see on that corner there's a cutting plane AA, and they've given us a starting point O. All right, so that's given. What we have to draw is we just have to redraw the given front view, and then we're going to, using that cutting plane, draw a sectional top view and a sectional left view. All hidden detail is required, so all constructions. Now the first thing here for you is to remind yourself we are drawing, all drawings in paper 1 is going to be first angle. So we're going to have our front view here, top view here, 45, and our left view there. Okay, just remind you of your layout in first angle orthographic projection. The second thing is please double check what marks are going to be allocated for. Front view, the sectional top view, and these two are of course given except the sectional part of that top view, and then a sectional left view, a lot of marks to be attained there. Your hatching, and that's going to give you a 38. All right, so let's get started. Firm advice in this instance, well, once you've made sure your page is lined up, is we're going to start here with point O that is given to us. And on this, there's going to be a lot of information to consider. We've got the 45-degree angle here. We've got the distance or the length of each one of the sides, the radius there for the arc. We've got our pyramid base sizes. We've got the heights there, the spacing from this point to the XY. Okay, so all the information here needs to be considered, and we're going to start ourselves here with that 45 degrees that's given to us. Okay, that's where we're going to start. All right, now, all right, so from point O, construction line, the distance there of each one of these sides is 32. Okay. All right, so the purpose of this lesson is, well, to draw with you this actual question, but also as we get to the left view and the sectional detail to really help you out to get that correct. Okay, so you can do this in construction. Once we have the base, and this is grade 10, how to construct the hexagon using that same distance, we are going to go and determine a center, and then using that same radius, draw a construction circle, and now using again that same radius all around this, we can get the 6 points required for our hexagon. Okay, and so that's going to be just drawn all at 40, if that one is 45 degrees, and these we just line up here, And we still do this in construction. We haven't sectioned this yet, so we're not sure. Okay, the center there is used as a center line. So immediately that center line, if you can put it in there, it's visible and usable for you for future. I'm going to use my 45 degrees to get the... Okay, this becomes another important center line because it forms the axis here for that triangle. All right, so then on this base we've got a 66, so that's 33 to all sides, so we can set our actual compass on this one. If that's 66, then we're going to go 33 here. Sorry, no, there's a phone call coming through. Let's hope it doesn't interrupt us too much. Okay, now you know which camera I'm using, my phone's camera. Okay, all right, there we go. So on that point, this point, okay, just double check that that's a 66, yes. Okay, all still construction. Well, how to determine the center of that? Well, we're going to have to bisect. We've already bisected this corner. So you can just, any radius, make a mark on this side, make a mark on that side. Change that radius if we have to. Okay, and that we can draw in as hidden detail. Same on this end. Okay, so we're just establishing the top view in construction. All right, and then the last part here is our actual arc, and that's got a radius of 20. Okay, using this we're going to project to our front view. Then let's say the height difference here is 12 between this and the XY. So there goes our XY. XY, please make sure you clearly mark it. And now we're going to project upward. I'm going to teach you now, or remind you now, how do we number to help us draw this. But each one of these, I'm just going to draw the first one, and then I'm going to mark my height immediately here. I'm also trying to save you time. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 65, is it? 65. Remember, this front view is going to be drawn exactly as it's given here. So I can already, when I draw up, if I've got my heights right there, that's going to be a solid line. The next one, which is this corner, I can put in that hidden detail already. Okay. This is a solid line again. Then we've got this hidden detail in line with this arc. So there's no need to draw that one in construction if you can save yourself some time by drawing it immediately using the correct line types. Okay, and in grade 12 you don't have time to waste. So a little trick like this will save you 2 or 3 minutes and make a big difference in the end. Okay, this one is on the front. Okay, I'll just draw that one halfway because there's still that triangle that's going to be drawn. All right, the pyramid. Okay, so our pyramid, this corner, projecting that up, the height there is 75. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75. So that's the top of it. Cross. Okay,
Here's third angle then.
no, it's paper one, first angle. Okay, so drawing what is given, we can be confident that we're going to have those first 7.5 marks that's available to us. Let's see it in detail as well, this part. And this one can be drawn in. Okay, now that we've gotten this far, we just have to put in the cutting plane. That's 30 from here and there. Okay, nice solid line. AA. Let's draw that with a yellow. It really stands out for you. Okay, and now we're getting to the business end of this. All right. I'm going to help you with determining this top view, the sectional elevation on this. Now, here's the start of it. If I look from the top, everything between my eye, so my fingers and my eye, and the cutting plane is going to fall away, right? Now, the advantage, if you look at this hexagon, it is exactly in line. It's in line with my... Doesn't matter where I cut. Kyk gou mooi, those of you in my class. Doesn't matter where this cutting plane is. If this cutting plane is here, or here, or here, do you see that wherever that cutting plane moves, on let's say for instance this line, it's still on that line. So if I come down, it can't be at any other place than this point. Can't be at any other place as at that point. Doesn't matter where that cutting plane is, because I'm looking directly from the top, and this corner is in line with my eyes. Doesn't matter where this cutting plane is, it's only going to be on this corner. That one directly down on that corner. This one here, down on that corner. Remember, this line is two corners. That one is that one. This one is on the outside there. Okay, so it's going to be the entire curve. This one here is there on the front. Okay, now I'm just doing that to help you out in understanding it, but let's do it properly and number it. All right, I'm going to start at a corner. Let's call this corner number 1. This corner is 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's on the top. So this corner 1. This corner here on the front is 2. This corner is 3. This corner is 4. Directly behind it is 5. Behind that is 6. Now in this, if I can zoom in a little bit, those of you who have seen some of my previous lessons will understand this, but I'm going to revise it quickly. I'm numbering here, starting at a point clockwise. Okay? And then when I number on the top view, I'm going to go 1. And now because this number 2 is on the front, if you look here, it's on the front here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 and 4, if I look from the front, 2, 3, and 4 is the ones that I'm seeing in that 1. I write them here on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 is at the back and 6 is at the back. Does that make sense? Now the other thing is directly below it, I've got 1 here, then I've got 1A here. 2, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A is at the back, and 6A is at the back. So when I come back to my top view, just on the outside now, you're in 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A. Some learners can draw these without numbering, but if you do struggle, this really helps you to get this right. All right. Then our arc, we can number that differently. Now, when we do an arc, what's the rule whenever you have a circle and you don't know what to do? 12 equal parts, okay? So, of course, this is half, so you're just going to do 6. There's one, using my 30-60 degree triangle. There's another one. There's another one. And another one. And the first one, of course, I did already. So, numbering this, I can go maybe, let's start with, if this corner is A, then this is B, C, D, E, F, G, okay? And then back to A. All right. Now, if I cut, I can now go and project each one of these up. A and G is already up. Going to project B and F up. C and E to the front view, and D is already there. Okay, let me zoom out a little bit to help you out. Now, look here. If I then, let me start finishing this top view. So I start cutting from the outside tip. There I cut through the corner. Now it doesn't matter where that cutting plane is on that corner. It comes down, make a fat dot. Here it is, chip. All right. Again, it can only be on this corner. Continue cutting chip, because it's, if I look from the top, I'm looking at this line from the end. So it can only be on that corner. Make a nice clear dot. Continue cutting chip. This is these two corners, A and G. This corner here is the one at the back. This corner is this corner here. And now I've projected up B and F, C and E. It's these construction lines. It's also in line with each one of these. Does that make sense to you watching, even in class? Okay, so all of them, and then this corner is D, this corner here is our 2, and this corner here is 1. Okay, so now I stop. I don't continue with the pyramid. The moment I'm here, I take my ruler and I join these dots with confidence. So I get the marks that's available to me. We're doing one shape at a time. One shape at a time. There we go. And look here, I know this is grade 12 standard, so it's a bit complex. It's final exam preparation. Don't be overwhelmed. Draw yourself one line at a time. You're going to feel so good if you're able to finish a drawing like this, because this is their standard that you can expect also in finals. And if you're able to do this one, good job. Okay. All right, so there we have it. What's the next thing we're going to do there? We're going to hatch this, all of it. We're going to hatch, okay? So ideally, you don't want your hatching to be in line with one of the sides. So I've just flipped my 45 here. And we're going to hatch this all. Remember, this is a hole going all the way through. Okay, this hatching needs to be constant. Try not to do it too close to each other, otherwise it's a waste of time for you. And remember, the two hatchings here on the two shapes needs to also be different in angle. It's actually simplified. If you think in grade 10, you all have done a section of an hexagon. You've all done a section of a pyramid. So there's no reason for you to be overwhelmed with a drawing like this. Break it down. So let me do one. There it is. Done. This is marks already. Now all we need to do is this pyramid. Now let's do this pyramid. Let's call this one X, Y, and Z. So this corner is X, Y is here, and Z is behind. And the bottom here is our 0. So now I start cutting. Where does it cut? Chip, there it cuts. Z, Y, and XY. Both of them are cut here. So make a fat dot. Does that make sense to you? There's Y, X, Y, and Z, Y. Remember, Z, X, and X, Y. And so if it cuts here, chip, Z, X, make a dot, X, Y, make a dot. Then it continues cutting, chip, what does it cut there? Z, 0. So we're going to bring this corner down to Z and 0. Make another dot with confidence. Continue cutting, chip, there it cuts Y, 0. Bring that down. Just have to find Y0, there it is. And now there's no further stress or anxiety. You take a ruler and you join them with confidence. Okay? Don't worry now about anything else. You do what is required. The hatching is the first thing that's required. Alright, and then my hatching needs to be at a different angle. So I'm going to flip this now. 45, 45. 45. Those in class, are you with me? Nobody's mad at me. Nobody's left behind. Okay? Alright. Now if I look from the top, let's just move this a little bit. If I look from the top, I will still see this surface here up till Y. So that still needs to be nice and dark with confidence. Okay. Can I quickly help you? I looked some of you when we marked. Do you see there's a clear differentiation between the sectioned pyramid and the construction lines I used? If the marker cannot differentiate between what is your construction lines and just, they're not going to give you marks for those drawing lines. So please make sure you've gone through all the trouble to draw this. Make sure that your solid lines are nice and substantive and dark so that it's clear where the construction lines are. The hidden detail I've done at the beginning, so there's no way for me getting that wrong. Okay, so there we have it. We've got full marks on the sectional view, 11 out of 11, as well as the top view. Now we're going to go over and draw our sectional left view. Okay, to get that done, we're going to insert the 45 XY. All right, call it X1. Y1, and now there's two ways of getting this done. I can, if I look from the left hand side, what am I going to do? I'm going to start by projecting these lines over all the corners, just as is. Okay? Alright. Then I can use my 45 degree here, and I can help myself out here. If I look from the left hand side, let's start. Where 6, that's 6 and 6 meets. So there's a 6 and there's a 6A. Okay. Is there another way of having done this? Is there another way you could have done this? If I did not use the 45, what would I have done? If I draw here, where's the measurements? 2xy's back. Nee. 1, 2. You could have also just taken those same measurements from the xy. Take it to the 6 and you're going to get the same points. Does that make sense? But let's use the 45. So there's the 5A. And we are going to first of all draw this left view without being sectioned. Okay, please help me out. 4A and 4. There's our 3, 3A. There's 2. One. Okay. See what I'm doing? If I look from the left hand side, will I first see the pyramid or first the hexagon? First the hexagon. And so I can first draw this without worrying about the pyramid. So let's do that. The other part here is the inside of it, the half circle. Okay, that's in the same. Okay, so A, this is our B, C, D, E, F, and A. All right, and so if we draw now from this side, let's start to the main hexagon. If I start cutting, chip, at that point I'm cutting through 1 and 1A at that point there. So bring that across. Where is 1 and 1A? There it is. Make a dot. Okay. Then we continue cutting, chip. There I'm cutting through 2 and 2A. Make a dot. Then we continue cutting. I'm not going to do this circle just now. There's 3 and 3A. Make a dot. Continue cutting. That one is 5. Make a dot. And then our 4 is right on this end. And our 6, that's the one I there's a 6, missed that one. 6. Okay, so now I'm going to just join them first. Sometimes learners get overwhelmed with these drawings, but I promise you, if you take time to practice them, you can get this done. All right, if I look from the left-hand side, do you agree with me that the line from this corner to the base at 5 is still visible? It's this one here. Take a clear look. From 3, from this point to the 3A, it's this one, it's still visible. From 6, does that make sense to you, people? That these are still visible. The 2 here at the back, that's hidden detail, so I can put that in immediately. And so is this 1 at the back at hidden detail. How many of you are like, yes, this makes sense so far? Okay, now before I can hatch, I just have to get the center part here. So remember, A, B is the bottom of it. So there it is. It's all of this. That's in a single line. Okay, there's the A up and the G up. Okay, and now I can get this arc here, and all I'm going to do is where B and B here, so up here and across. Next one, same with C, up. And D. Okay, and that's going to be an arc that I can then draw in with my French curve. I think flip that. Okay, and so now I'm going to do hatching here. Do it the same direction than the first one. How many of you have a question on this part of the drawing? Enige met 'n vraag oor hierdie deel van die tekening? Okay, we're going to wrap it up quickly. There's still one more part here. We're almost at just over 30 minutes, and For this drawing, you have about 40 minutes in the final exam. So please, when you are drawing this, time yourself. If you draw it the first time and you're at 60 minutes, draw it a second time, you're going to grow in confidence and be able to draw it even quicker soon. All right, now the easier one, the back part here. So at this point, it's cutting through the two corners, the two sides. So we're going to bring this up, and so this point, this point here, up, make a dot. All right, next one is on Z, bring that across. This corner is this corner, up, up, where that meets, make a dot. Right, then we continue cutting this corner here, YO, from here up. You just have to keep track. It's going to be grade 12. There's going to be lots of lines here. Don't be overwhelmed. Okay, this one also needs to go up here. Okay, and so there's I've got 4 corners here. I'm going to have 4 corners on top here, so I can join them in. Sorry, I got this one in the wrong height. It's here. Apologize for it. It's better. Okay. And before I do anything else, I'm going to hatch it. The more you draw, the more confidence you're going to have when drawing these drawings. That you're going to get this drawing, absolute fact. That you can draw this drawing, absolute fact. That you have to practice to be able to draw it, absolute fact. That you're going to struggle to draw it if you don't practice, absolute fact. Okay? That you know the steps to draw it, absolute fact. Do you want to draw it? Do you want to succeed? That's up to you. Okay, so I'm doing the hidden detail here. Okay. Rightio, so there we then have our completed drawing. It's about 33 minutes, so you guys should be able to at least do it within the 40 minutes, if not quicker than I did it. If I look from the left hand side, I can now see the sectional part here. And I'm going to see still the lines coming down, even on the back there. That's where those 2 lines are coming from. We've got this hexagon surface here that's visible. Those lines coming down, these are the ones over here. And then if I look from the top view, this hexagon, it's an easier one. On all the corners we're going to have our dots. It's only here with the pyramid where it's an interesting section, and then that part is still visible. That's why we have it here, and we have our hidden detail running all the way through. Right, I'm going to quickly highlight some of this to help just the view of this. Right, in class, any questions? Niemand kwaad vir my nie, almal bly en almal by. How many of you in class are confident that when you get this in the exams, you're going to be fine? Good. Righto, so almost done on this one. Remember, you can head on over to the EGD Masterclass videos if you want more support and more exam papers and memos to work on. There's that one. Let's do A nice finish on this one. Can you do highlighters in the final exam? Please not. They're going to fire me and you. Okay? It's only for getting the thumbnail looking nice. So I'm doing this. All right. Rightio. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments. All the best. Now it's your turn.